The book of Proverbs compares the lifestyles of the wicked and the righteous and makes a strong case for living by God's pattern. The advantages of righteous living and the disadvantages of wicked living are pointed out. The kind of person we decide to be will affect every area of our lives. You will be reading another 5 chapters in the book of Proverbs this week, chapters 22 through 26. Circle or highlight the special verses that speak to you, and there will be a posted devotion for each chapter read. The verse that meant a lot to our author Mindy on Monday was verse 2 in chapter 22. It points out the fact that everyone, no matter what their financial status, is important to the Lord. If you measure life by riches, you will be disappointed. God made both the rich and the poor, and both are important to him. A man's character is what God looks at, not his wealth. How easy it is to envy those who get ahead, unhampered by Christian responsibility or God's laws. For a time, they do seem to get ahead without paying any attention to what God wants. But to those who follow him, God promises a hope and a wonderful future, even if we don't realize it in this lifetime. Verses 17 and 18 point this out in chapter 23. Are you a person who makes a to-do list for the day like me? I find that if I carry out my work in its proper order, my whole day goes smoother and things get done more efficiently and quicker. Check out verse 27 in chapter 24. We must get our materials in line and know how to carry it to completion. We cannot pack clean clothes for a trip if the clothes are not washed ahead of time. We cannot get on the airplane and travel if we have not worked hard to purchase the tickets and have them in hand. It is possible to work hard and still lose everything if the timing is wrong or the resources to carry it out are not in place. Organization is important. Chapter 25 begins the Proverbs that were collected by Hezekiah's aides. Thursday's reading was written by Solomon. It is particularly helpful for those who are leaders or aspire to become leaders. Mindy does a great job explaining the reading of verse 19. The main point being that a faithful friend should be the one that we rely on. Have you ever interfered in an argument that you wish later you had stayed completely away from? Well, verse 17 in our final chapter advises you to do so because almost every time the arguers will turn on the person who interferes. It is simply best to keep out of arguments that are not our own. We can all learn from this great verse. Next week, we will be finishing the book of Proverbs. Won't you join us for the final last chapters? Because Biblical Shakers makes reading the Bible way more enjoyable for you. And I pray that the Lord will put a hunger on your heart.